Canadian Bulldog from Wrestling Merchandise and Memories. That's merchandiseandmemories.com. And today I'm going to give you my predictions for WrestleMania 41. Just before we get started, wanted to remind you of our required WrestleMania reading section, which has dozens of unique articles and videos about the Showcase of the Immortals. Check it out at bit.ly/WrestleMania reading. The WWE Women's Tag Team title match featuring champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez against challengers Bayley and Lyra Valkyria promises to be a fun one with two established stars and two up-and-comers. Given I am predicting quite a few title changes for this particular WrestleMania, I'm going to suggest that the champions retain here. The tag team title match featuring champions the War Raiders against challengers the New Day probably could have been built up a little better, especially given the huge amount of momentum that the New Day had upon their heel turn towards the end of last year. Having said that, it feels likely to me that the New Day will capture their next set of tag team titles and continue this current persona. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre doesn't really feel like it should be a WrestleMania match. It almost feels like an episode of Raw. Quite frankly, both guys deserve better than this. I do want to give the nod to Drew McIntyre here, though, as he needs a big win to keep his momentum going. Jade Cargill versus Naomi has the potential to be a great grudge match, especially with the fantastic build-up it's had so far. My not-so-bold prediction is that Jade Cargill goes over here and continues her path to an eventual title win. WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio versus newcomer El Grande Americano could be the sleeper match of the weekend. I know many people are expecting Chad Gable to show up mid-match just to throw things off a little bit. That's entirely possible, but either way, I do think El Grande Americano will come out on top here. The Intercontinental title match featuring champion Braun Breaker defending against challengers Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta is one of those matches where it really could go any which way. I do look at Finn Balor as getting the win here, either turning on Dominic Mysterio or somehow leading to the next evolution of the Judgment Day. For the United States title match featuring champion LA Knight, against Jacob Fatu. Look, I really don't see a scenario here that doesn't end with Fatu winning the gold and becoming the company's next big, pardon the pun, megastar. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul should be a fun, athletic match, as both men have had stellar records on the grandest stage of them all. If the Maverick is around for the long run this time, then they need to set up a gigantic push for him, and a WrestleMania win would be a step in the right direction. The WWE Women's title match between champion Tiffany Stratton and challenger Charlotte Flair has been marred by controversy, which will ultimately help the interest in their match. I see no reason here why Flair doesn't capture title number 15 as she runs the division and continues to close the record-setting gap with her father. The World Heavyweight title match between champion Gunther and Jey Uso seems to be a foregone conclusion, one of these moments where everything is leading to the coronation of Jey as the new champion. Could they swerve everyone and go in a different direction? Maybe if this were the previous WWE regime, but here I see main event Jey winning the gold. Yeet! The Women's World Championship triple threat between champion Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley is another match that could result in any of the three winning. Io has been seen as the dark horse, and perhaps that's too obvious that she'd retain. Rhea is a huge star, but she's a better challenger than champion in my opinion. Therefore, I'm picking Bianca Belair to win the gold. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is one match I keep going back and forth on. The prevailing theory is that Paul Heyman will turn on both Reigns and Punk and side with Rollins, which I could definitely see happening. I could also see Brock Lesnar filling that role, which puts the finish into doubt. There's something poetic about having Punk win his first WrestleMania match in more than a decade as well. If you're forcing me to pick a winner here, which I realize is the whole point behind this video, I'm going to stick with Seth freaking Rollins. And finally, the main event of main events has undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defending against challenger John Cena. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, benefits from Cena going over in this match. We haven't seen the full power of this John Cena heel turn yet, and for it to succeed, we need to see him fulfill his promise of winning the championship. Cody will make a fantastic challenger and start on his next story, which I'm guessing results in him regaining the gold at WrestleMania 42. And as fans, it will create that holy shit moment that everyone has been waiting for and reset the whole next year of WWE storytelling. But what do you think? Which predictions do you agree or disagree with? Leave your comments below, be sure to like this video, and subscribe to Wrestling Merchandise and Memories for much more great content.